Live on the Talk of the Quad Cities, 11:30 a.m. and 99.9 FM. It's time for KQNA's Talk of the Town. Today's focus is on Chino Valley.
And then when the cops showed up and it got all out of hand, and honestly, that's why Bill can't go to Ashfork anymore. Oh, are we on? I'm sorry. Welcome to KQNA's Talk of the Town, Chino Valley Day. This is your host, Matt Santos, filling in for Tracy Shimakowski over at the Chino Chamber of Commerce. Today we got some great stuff to talk about. We got great guests, including Satish Catfish from Tim's Toyota Center, Chef Jim Cabral from Gabby's Kitchen, and Chino Valley's own Judd Mortensen, one of the driving forces behind the Mile High PBR, bull riding at its best. It's coming to Tim's Toyota Center in Prescott Valley on Saturday, May 17th. We also have a very special announcement from the Chino Valley Firefighters Foundation that you're not going to want to miss. So please stay tuned. This is KQNA's Talk of the Town, 11:30 a.m., 99.9 FM, and on the web at kqna.com.
Prescott Brewing Company is a 20-year tradition. Come join us and see why. In-house award-winning brews, amazing appetizers, and killer menu. There's a lot to love, like 2 happy hours to make you happy. Weekdays from 3 to 6 with specials on beer, house wines, well drinks, and wings, and happy late nights 7 nights a week from 10 p.m. to close with all the same drink specials. And pub bites you have to try. Beef brisket sliders, crispy fried pickles, and wings, all just $5.99 each. Prescott Brewing Company in the heart of downtown Prescott.
Hi, I'm Dave Barrett. Think back to a simpler time, when things like home delivery of milk and bread came to your door. Now even getting the mail delivered is being questioned. It's good to know that since 1960, folks here in Yavapai County have relied on the Barrett family. From staying warm to cooking, drying clothes, and other needs, you can count on Barrett Propane, just as families have for 3 generations. You have my name on it. Call us today at 636-1600. Barrett Propane, the name you trust.
Did you know that A&E Reprographics is your one-stop print shop? From wedding invitations to business cards, A&E is your locally owned print shop, here to help you. Flyers, postcards, photo restoration, and so much more, all competitively priced and expertly completed with a 100% guarantee. If you've got something that needs printing, A&E Reprographics is there for you. Visit us at one of our 3 great locations. There's 2 in Prescott and 1 in Prescott Valley. Call 442-9116. That's 442-9116.
If you're one of over 40 million Americans who suffer from knee pain due to osteoarthritis, I want to tell you about a new non-surgical treatment protocol from the Osteoarthritis Centers of America. In a study of over 3,500 patients, this non-surgical program had a 91% success rate. If you have knee pain, especially if you've been told you need knee surgery, call this number and schedule your free consultation today. The number to call is 772-7200. That's 772-7200.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
This is Bill Chilson. Call us today at 445-4600 or online at housechilson.com.
Arizona's only college of distinction, Best in the West, Princeton Review, Top Cool School, Sierra Magazine, Top Military-Friendly School, GI Jobs Magazine, Top Liberal Arts College in the West, U.S. News, Top School for Native Americans, Winds of Change Magazine, Prescott College. Get to know your hometown college. Bachelor's, master's, doctorate, on campus and limited residency. Prescott College at prescott.edu.
Welcome back to KQNA's Talk of the Town. This is your host, Matt Santos, filling in for Tracy Shimakowski. As a reminder, information on what's going on with the Chamber can be found at chinovalley.org, chinovalley.org for the Chamber. Don't forget to click on the Facebook link there as well. You can also follow the Chamber on Twitter at CVAZ Chamber. We have a special announcement that we want to bring to your attention from the Chino Valley Firefighters Foundation. About 10 months ago, our town, the Quad City area, and, well, actually the entire nation suffered a great loss, a tragedy that we now know as the Yarnell Hill Fire. On June 28, 2013, a fire ignited in Yarnell here, about 40 miles from where I'm sitting right now. 2 days later, the devastating news that 19 members of the Granite Mountain Hotshots lost their lives. That swept the nation, it swept the entire globe, that news. I personally had the honor to know a few of these guys, one in particular. My first assignment as a reporter in this area several years ago was to cover baseball tryouts out there at Chino Valley High School, and I got a chance to interview a young man by the name of Wade Parker. He was a freshman that had made the varsity squad, and over the years I got to know him, I got to know his family, his parents, his grandfather, and I, like so many of you out there, was crushed when I found out that Wade was among the 19 who had died on that hill. In the past months, there's been a lot done to remember these guys, and last week, the Chino Valley Fire District and the Chino Valley Firefighters Foundation announced the first annual Wade Scott Parker Scholarship Fund. That's going to be awarded in just a couple of weeks, May 14th, to a fire science candidate at the Chino Valley High School Senior Awards Night. That's May 14th at Chino Valley High School. And in order to keep this Wade Parker Scholarship an annual event, the Firefighters Foundation needs all of our help. And you can individually and personally contribute at the 7th annual Chino Valley Firefighters Pancake Breakfast, May 18th. That's Sunday, May 18th. 8 a.m. to noon at Chino Valley Fire Station 62, which is right across the street from the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. Again, May 18th, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. It's $5 for adults, $3 for kids, a great breakfast that's near the corner of Road 2 South and Highway 89. A lot of the money collected that day is going to go directly to the Wade Parker Scholarship. So it's very important. May 18th, 8 a.m., More information, search Facebook for the Chino Valley Firefighters Foundation or go directly to the Fire District's website at chinoazfire.com. You can also go to the Chamber website, chinovalley.org, or call the Chamber directly, 928-636-2493. Again, Sunday, May 18th, 8 a.m. It's a great cause and a great program started by the firefighters out at Chino Valley to help out and assist in the education for a fire science candidate locally. This year it's going to somebody over there at Chino Valley High School. So that's a great event. Let's welcome our first guest, Mr. Satish Catfish Ateli.
And the crowd goes wild.
Wild. Catfish, how are you?
I'm great, Matt. Thanks for having me on your show. Thanks to Chino Valley for giving me a spot on your show. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for coming in. First off, let's get a quick little bio. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the area.
My gosh, how long have I been in the area? I told everybody I was going to make you nervous and just say yes and just make Matt stretch the airtime. But I wouldn't do that to you, Matt.
I'm just glad you came fully clothed.
Yeah, that's it. No, I came out here from Syracuse, New York. Before that, I was a kid down in Jersey. I actually went to Embry-Riddle way back at 1989. And so I've owned...
Biplane era? Is that
in the biplane era. I'd walk outside and spin the prop to turn it on there. But... So I've had property on and off here in Arizona since '89. Been here for a long time, and you want the life in a short shell or a long.
Currently, you're working over at Tim's Toyota Center in Prescott Valley. You're a Chino Valley resident.
I am.
Your family is in Chino Valley.
I am.
You work over at Tim's. What are some of your duties there at Tim's Toyota Center?
Well, being a Chino Valley resident, it's awesome. Real proud of that fact. You know, that scholarship, I'm just going to change courses. I mean, that you're talking about for Wade's scholarship, I think that is just an awesome thing to do for the students there at Chino Valley. And like we all said, that affected all of us. It's a small community. My wife was actually Wade's first grade teacher. that gives you an idea of how old I am. But so to have a scholarship like that given back in Wade's name is it's a real honor for whatever student gets that. So I think that's terrific. Yes. But over at Tim's, I was with the hockey team for a long time, the Arizona Sundogs. Resigned from the hockey team. I took front office with Tim's as a manager of business development. And it's a pretty fancy title, but really I have my hand in a little of everything that happens at Tim's, from some of the budget talks from the top all the way down to advertising and sponsorships. I oversee the security and guest services there as well, and some of the other events.
I know one of the things that's really close to your heart, just from my interaction with you over the years, is the youth sports, specifically the youth inline hockey, and you're also involved with the ice hockey during the season when the kids are on the ice there. What are some of the, touch on that, some of the involvement you have with specifically the inline hockey? Hockey is certainly a love I had for a sport when I was a little kid. Started off in, like I said, in New Jersey, and I might be going too far back for Chino Valley Radio, but I don't know about what it was, but my dad got a membership with his company that he worked for at a sports and fitness place, and I was about 5 or 6 years old, and they had an ice rink there, and I fell in love with it immediately. You couldn't get me off the ice rink, and I played hockey since I was a little kid, all the way up through, and I played, I actually got a paycheck for a little bit in Syracuse, a little tiny one. But so hockey was something that just absolutely I loved and loved being around, and to have that opportunity here in Arizona was Now, hockey
great.
in Arizona is not what we would consider a desert sport. Obviously, it's taken some time to take root, but with the Coyotes and with the Sundogs, how are you seeing the participation buy-in with the kids and their parents?
It's absolutely huge from what it was 20 years ago. I mean, there's up to 8 rinks now down in Phoenix and Flagstaff, and even Tucson put their rink back in. The sport has grown so much. We just had 2 kids from the Phoenix area get drafted in the NHL. So Phoenix is on the map. Desert hockey is on the map. Here in Prescott, we do it at Pioneer Park. We were able, with volunteers and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, to get that rink built out there. And we're coming on, I think, maybe 10 years now, somewhere in that neighborhood of getting that rink built. And that program's taken off well. And that's inline hockey. That's outdoor hockey. Even that, we've had 2 or 3 kids. One of our goalies, Sarah Jacobelli, she's only 13. She was the best goalie in the nation. And she didn't learn how to play hockey from Canada or Minnesota. She learned here in Prescott. She's from this area, and
right here in the Sand and Rocks.
And she was the best in the nation for her age group, which is phenomenal.
Outstanding. Now, what age groups is the Inline Hockey League that you're involved with?
Yeah, the Inline Hockey, the outdoor leagues, you can go to PrescottYouthHockey.com. We'll take kids as young as 4 and 5 if they have a good attention span.
Let's repeat that real quick. PrescottYouthHockey.com.
PrescottYouthHockey.com. Yeah, real easy to remember, and if you type that in, it'll actually kick you to a different site. But just remember PrescottYouthHockey.com. That's the right place to go. But we'll take kids as young as 4 and 5. Really, the youngest league in inline is 8 and under. So the 4 and 5-year-olds, we just want them to basically come out and fall in love with the sport and have fun. I mean, for those guys, it's not about being real competitive. It's just about enjoying coming out and enjoying playing hockey. And that's the same with ice, too. I have young guys out there that old that come out on the ice. And then, so everything's just like soccer divisions. We instead of, I know soccer is U8, or we do 8U. Mm-hmm. It's just a flip-flop of terms. And then we have 8U, 10U, 12U, 14U, and the high school division on and off when we can.
So they're at a very young age, 4, 5 and up. They're learning the skill set. They're getting the juices flowing for the competition. But it's not necessarily the goal is not to get every kid in there smashing the boards and getting
not at all. I mean, we have
competitive spirit.
We do have 2 different levels of programs. We have a recreation program, which is where you want to start. Any child, any age can start. We have 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds start. So don't feel like you're too old that you can't come out and learn the game. So we have rec, and that's what it's about. It's about coming out and enjoying the sport. And then we do have our full travel teams as well. And we just actually this weekend got back from state championships. So
how'd they do?
Well, last year, my 14U team, we were the defending champions, but this year we came in third. Third in the state, though, is nothing to be embarrassed about.
That's pretty good. Now, your involvement over at Tim's Toyota Center. Let's hit a couple before we close out. A couple of the events coming up. First off, PBR bull riding, May 17th.
May 17th.
What do we got the night before?
That's huge. We're doing a dirt bash the night before. So, which is fantastic. And Bill Monroe just gave me the peace signs. I mean, it's 2 minutes left. And peace, man. If you guys all see that at home, just look right into your radio. You can see. But now the Dirt Bash is awesome. This is something new. The PBR is very successful, and we're so happy to have it. You're going to be talking to Judd and Jim a little bit about that after me. But the Dirt Bash was a way for us to grow the excitement of that. And we've got some country bands coming. We got Red Lion and Madeline Devereaux. We're going to open it up. Jim's doing a great barbecue with some ribs and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Great. So the Dirt Bash Friday night, 5/16, starting at 7 o'clock, $10 to get in, $8 for a barbecue meal. The 17th, Mile High PBR, professional bull riders. Tickets start at $10 and up.
That's it. And this weekend for gun show enthusiasts, we got the Peacemakers Gun Show.
TimsToyotaCenter.com.
That's all you need to know.
Get on there, look at the schedule. Thank you, Catfish. Appreciate you coming in. You've heard it here. This is KQNA's Talk of the Town, 11:30 a.m., 99.9 FM, and live on the web, KQNA.com. We'll be right back.
To make informed healthcare decisions, you need access to the same healthcare information that your caregivers have access to. With YRMC Care Connect, your YRMC medical records are now available to you from anywhere you have an internet connection. Check your medications, allergies, and lab values, as well as your immunization records and health history. Review clinical summary or discharge documents from your YRMC visit. Print important health information to share with your physician or caregiver. And check on upcoming appointments you have scheduled at YRMC. All with a few clicks. Safe, secure, and at your fingertips. To learn more about YRMC Care Connect, visit yrmccareconnect.org. That's yrmccareconnect.org, or contact YRMC Admitting or Health Information Management.
Well, another 215 million cartridges were dumped in landfills in 2013. That's the equivalent of 40,000 Ford Explorers, and that was one cartridge at a time. Did you add to that, or did you make a difference and start buying your cartridges at Cartridge World? If you did, thanks for making Prescott a little greener. Since 2005, Cartridge World customers have helped keep over 200,000 pounds of waste out of Arizona landfills, while also putting a little more green in their wallets, saving 20 to 40% versus the price of a new cartridge. But there's more to be done. So, why pay more to print? Start putting a little more green back on the earth while also keeping a little more green in your wallet by visiting Cartridge World today. We're located at 1260 Gail Gardner Way between Joanne and Big Lots. In a hurry? Just call ahead and we'll have your order ready. We're open 8:30 to 6 Monday through Friday and 10 to 3 on Saturday. We can be reached at 776-0444. That's Cartridge World at 776-0444. Why pay more to print?
Hi folks, this is Dave Mazey. Here at Mazey's we have a great selection of firearms, ammo, magazine, and shooting accessories. So if you're having trouble finding what you need, give us a call or stop by Mazey's today. That's Mazey's. We're at 396 West Road 3 North in beautiful Chino Valley, just a few scenic miles north of Prescott. Enjoy the drive, watch out for antelope, and visit us at Mazeys.com. And as always, thanks for your business.
Behind the mustache lies a new restaurant that everyone's talking about, Augie's at the Frontier Village Center on Highway 69. Open every day for lunch and dinner, Augie's menu is a read that offers intrigue and, dare I say, a bit of romantic mystery. Enjoy a mix of appetizers, creative salads and sandwiches, and nicely prepared seafood and steaks. Banquet rooms and a private party room where anything goes. Try Augie's for lunch or dinner, or perhaps a wine martini to wet your whistle. Augie's, Frontier Village, Highway 69, the road to a delicious meal.
Welcome back to KQNA's Talk of the Town. This is Matt Santos filling in for Tracy Shimakowski over at the Chino Chamber. Remember, for all the information on the Chino Chamber, visit chinovalley.org, chinovalley.org for all the Chamber activities. Don't forget to click on the Chamber Facebook link as well. Check them out on Twitter at CVAZ Chamber. For everything that's going on at Town Hall at the town of Chino Valley, check out chinoaz.net. Also on Facebook, there's links for Facebook and Twitter on that chinoaz.net page. The Twitter handle is CVAZTown. Agendas, minutes, and all that good stuff for the town council meetings are on there as well. Remember, council meetings are held the second and fourth Tuesday of every month at Town Hall, 202 North Highway 89. Remember, they can't hear you if you don't show up. So if you're interested on how your money is spent and what your elected officials are doing, show up at town council meetings. A couple little reminders here. Chino Valley Public Library's summer reading program, they've got some great events. I'm going to throw a couple out here for you real quick. June 4th, the Girly Girls, a great musical group that perform all over the area. They'll be out there at the Chino Library June 4th. Sticks and Tones, musical instruments relating to science on June 25th. All the information on that is also available at chinoaz.net. chinoaz.net. Click that library link and check out all the good stuff. Also, while you're online, if you've got some bills to pay for the town of Chino Valley, expressbillpay.com. Paying your bills online. It's easy. It's quick. There's also a link on chinoaz.net. Our next guest today, I'm a little scared. He was giving me the third degree out in the waiting room here. Chef Jim Cabral of Gabby's Kitchen. If you don't know Chef Jim, you're missing out. He owns 2 restaurants locally, Prescott Valley's Gabby's Kitchen and Chino Valley's Gabby's Kitchen. Welcome, Chef Jim.
Thanks, Matt, and thanks for having me on.
We were hoping he was bringing in some samples. Jim, aside from running Gabby's Kitchen, great places for breakfast and lunch. He also handles all the food service through his company, Kitchens Inc., out at Tim's Toyota Center. This is kind of the Tim's Toyota Center day for Talk of the Town. How long have you been doing the workout at Tim's?
Well, Tim's now we're going on our second year there. We took over 2 years ago when they got rid of the prior company, and we've really changed things around there.
And that was the first time you stepped into Tim's, right? You hadn't been over there before you started doing food?
Oh, well, I was there as a customer for a long time. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge jersey collector and one of the biggest Sundog fans there are.
From day one, correct?
Day one. Prior to day one, actually, when they were building the building.
And
so,
what were some of the activities you had with the club over the years? You did some work with them preseason? And
absolutely. Gabby's takes care of the Sundogs' training camp. We do that every year. That's a 10-day stint, 3 meals a day for the boys. Also with, we do the opening for the season ticket holder parties. We hold different events throughout the year for the season ticket holders. We just had an event last week for the end of the year season ticket holder party there at Tim's Toyota Center.
And I was there. For some of you that don't know me, you might be surprised to find out that I've been known to eat a sandwich or two in my time. And I've had more than my share of Chef Jim's cooking. Don't laugh, Bill. What are you over there giggling? Tell us a little bit. That's some cooking on some grand scales when you're cooking for thousands of people at a time. Tell us a little bit about your background as an executive chef.
I've been an executive chef for about 25 years. Used to work for the big companies, do a lot of traveling, and then about 15 years ago decided to settle down and do my own thing.
Part of that decision?
Kids.
What
my kids. Your kids. Everything revolves around my kids. I was a single father at the time, and I needed to do me. And when I was doing me, I was a better dad, and it's better to make money for yourself than for someone else. It's just my point of view.
And that's one of the fun things about hanging out with Jim and the Gabby's crew at Tim's or at the restaurants. It's a real family affair. You and your wife?
Absolutely. My wife and I, we work side by side every day.
Kelly?
My wife's name, Kelly. The kids all work. I got kids in college. I got in high school. I got them right out of high school. I got one going into junior high. Everybody works. It's what I believe in. I believe that everyone working together shows them good work ethic, and it teaches them something long term.
Yeah, what are some of the things they pull out of that? Even if they don't, even if your kids, and not just your kids, you have some of the local high school kids working for you. I see some familiar faces from shooting different events and covering events at the local campuses. And then I see those same kids sometimes working in your restaurants. Over the years, I've seen that. What are some of the things that these kids have, even if they're not going into the restaurant business, what are they learning from working with you at Gabby's or just work in general? What are some of the qualities that you think they're pulling out?
Well, it may sound funny, but we teach them to work. And out there listening, you know what I'm talking about. We have a youth that need to be taught to work. It's I think it was embedded in us as we were younger, and now it's something we have to just teach. It's not something that's seen all the time. So I know that with my staff, and we have quite a bit of staff, and my kids, it's all about working. You can have a good time at work, but you still have to work. You have to produce. You have to make sure you're taking care of the customer. You have to do your job, and you have to finish your job.
Now, that combination of hard work, I don't think there's a guy in the arena that works harder than you. I've been sitting there not working, watching you work and get tired. But you also have a lot of fun. That's one thing everybody in the arena knows. Jim's having a lot of fun.
Yeah, you have to. It's all about fun. If it becomes not fun, don't do it. Life's too short. You know, we all have these scares. You know, with cancer and heart attacks and everything else under the sun that's coming at us anymore, you have to have a good time every day. Life's just too short. So the other side of that is you have to work every day. So you need to put the two together, and that's what life needs to be.
And part of that involvement and instilling those qualities in your kids and the kids that work for you and with you, that shows in other aspects of what you do that I've been able to see. Some of that is your involvement with the schools and the sports programs. What are some of the things that you've done to support local schools and sport organizations?
Oh, I don't know if we have enough time on the air. I'm huge into the local youth. Most end of year parties are done at either my banquet facility or at Tim's Toyota Center. We service both Bradshaw Mountain and Chino Valley High School. We feed football teams prior to games, basketball teams before they go on the road, volleyball teams. Like I said, all end-of-year parties. The band over at Bradshaw, I'm doing one for them on Thursday for their big end-of-the-year party. We try to do it very affordable so that the potluck thing can go away. People can come. They can enjoy a nice tablecloth dinner at a very low price, have their banquet, get their awards, cry their eyes out because they're seniors, and then they can go home.
And that allows the parents and the coaches to sit and enjoy the evening as well, as opposed to worrying about providing the food. Right?
Absolutely. It's not the food part of it and the hospitality part of it isn't parent run. They've done that all year long. Every day they get their kid to school, they go to their event, they're supplying them with water, they're their support system through and through. And I just think that one night on the banquet night that they don't need to do that.
Now, in addition to the youth aspect of it with the schools and the sports, I've been to Gabby's Banquet Hall several times for Chino Chamber events.
Absolutely.
For other things. What are some of the other organizations that you support?
Well, first and foremost, obviously, is our chamber. We have our monthly luncheon there on the second Wednesday of every month. Rotary meets there. A veterans club meets there. That banquet hall is utilized in multiple ways for multiple things. We've had the FFA there, we've had the Lionesses there. Most service-oriented groups, when they're looking to put on a function, utilize that banquet hall. It's something we started about 4 years ago, and it's been very successful.
Great fashion show.
Oh yes, we did have a great fashion show. Multiple of those. Yeah, no, it's great. A lot of things are done there. The police use it. The firefighters use it. For their Christmas party. A lot of Christmas parties go on there. The Aviators Club out in Chino Valley has their Christmas party there. The Antique Car Club does also. It's utilized real well.
Chamber uses it quite a bit. We've got the a couple events coming up. The casino nights there all the time.
They've done there. Mm-hmm.
So again, check the Chamber's website at where are we at? Where's the Chamber's website? ChinoValley.org for a list of all those activities, and a lot of those activities will be held right there at Gabby's. Let's recap real quick. Your breakfast and lunch facility out there.
Chino Valley and Prescott Valley, breakfast and lunch.
6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 7 days a week. Prescott Valley location is 8164 East Spouse, which is right there near Spouse and Robert Road where it meets there. The PV location 928-775-6656. Chino Valley, same hours, same days, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 7 days a week. That's at 2235 Highway 89, Chino Valley. 928-636-6003. Now, I have a question. I haven't ordered it in a while. The Reuben.
The Reuben! Reuben!
If you haven't ordered it, you order the Reuben at Gabby's, and you are immediately embarrassed by them shouting out. Where'd that come from?
You know what? I can't even trace it back. It goes back about 7 years, and we had a bunch of fun servers, and somebody ordered it one day, and she told across to another girl, what it was, a Reuben, and somebody started yelling. So it became a thing. When you order a Reuben, we yell, Reuben!
And it's a great sandwich. It's delicious. Okay, tell me real quick, we'll wrap up with the PBR.
Coming up next week.
Dance in the Dirt. What is it?
It's a Dirt Bash. Dancing in the Dirt. That's Friday night. $10 at the door. We have a nice band playing. Redline, Josh Freeman and the Redline Band coming in.
And then we've got a great meal for $8
Oh, it's an $8 pulled pork, coleslaw. We might even have some ribs that night. We have the bars open. We have low prices on our alcohol. We get the $4 pints. It's going to be great. And then, of course, PBR the next night to top off for our weekend.
And you, trust me, you will not go home hungry. Go out there, have a great time the night before PBR. Again, Gabby's Kitchen, Chef Jim, thank you very much for coming on in. PV, Spouse and Robert Road, Chino Valley, right near the roundabout on the highway. Check them out. It's a great place to sit down, have some fun, and eat. Again, you're listening to KQNA's Talk of the Town on 99.9 FM and 1130 AM and KQNA.com. Stick around. We'll be right back with more PBR.
When was the last time you were laughing, actually having fun during an MBD transaction? I often hear customers in our footwork offices laughing with our helpful staff, laughing and having a great time during their MBD transaction. If you'd like to experience this type of fun during an MBD transaction, come to Footwork for your dose of fun. With convenient locations in Prescott, Prescott Valley, Williams, and now Cottonwood, we have an office close to you. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 12. And of course, you can visit us online at footwork.com for ways to save you money. Fast, friendly Footwork.
Are you putting off a repair because money is tight? Did you know that over half of the cars serviced at AMCO don't even need a new transmission? Don't run the risk of a small problem turning into a big one. Get it to AMCO today. AMCO honors almost all extended warranties and service contracts, and with their easy no-credit check payment plans, you can fix it fast and pay it off slow. At AMCO, located on the frontage road on the south side of Highway 69, just west of Glassford Hill Road. Call John and his crew at 227-1224 or log on to AMCOPrescott.com. AMCO, locally owned and operated. That's AA, MCO, transmissions, and a whole lot more.
We're the PC Works, and we do it all. Our talented mobile computer technicians come right to your home or business. No more dragging your computer to the shop. No more reconnecting nightmares. We do it all. The PC Works is completely mobile and completely local. We've been repairing computers and creating networks in the Quad Cities for 10 years. We design and host websites, too. Log on to PCWorks.com for free pickup and delivery from our talented mobile technicians that make the PC Works.
As the summer heat cranks up, we're all looking around the house for ways to keep our home cooler. Hey y'all, Rosie here, and a big key to staying cool and comfortable is insulation. This weekend at Rosie on the House, we're sorting out the many uses of foam insulation. It's not just for the roof anymore, and we've got the experts from Thermal Advantage in studio to help you decide if foam is right at your house. It's Rosie on the House, Saturday morning from 8 to 11.
It's Truck Month at Lamb Chevrolet in Prescott. All month at Lamb Chevrolet, you can buy the all-new Chevy Silverado at supplier pricing, and you keep all of the rebates. During Truck Month, this adds up to a total value of $8,162 on an All-Star Edition Silverado. Right now is a great time to buy the Silverado, voted the North American Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Tahoe, featuring a fold-flat, third-row seat, has now arrived at Lamb Chevrolet and is available for immediate delivery. The all-new Escalade will be arriving in a few months, and we've put together a closeout special on all of our remaining Escalades. This month, you can save an unprecedented $12,000 on all of our remaining Escalades in inventory. Come see us this month at Lamb Chevrolet. Chevrolet, find new roads.
We're the talk of the Quad Cities, KQNA.
Good afternoon, and thank you for making the Talk of the Quad Cities, KQNA, your choice for this Monday. I'm Jack Miller with local news and weather together on Talk of the Town, brought to you by Footwork. A Paulding woman and her 3 children are recovering from injuries suffered in a rollover accident. According to the Arizona Department of Public Safety, the accident occurred around 7:30 Friday night on Highway 89 in the Paulding area. Amanda Brown lost control of her truck in the accident, and the Chino Valley Fire Department had to extricate her and her children from the rolled over vehicle. Brown was flown to the Maricopa Medical Center in Phoenix. Her children were taken to Yavapai Regional Medical Center for treatment of their injuries. DPS officials suspect Brown had been impaired by prescription drugs, so they are testing her blood. Spokesman Kara Cook says that if she was impaired, she could face 3 counts of aggravated assault. The Bureau of Land Management officials are preparing for the upcoming wildfire season.
Fire Management Officer Kelly Castillo says aerial resources include 2 helicopters, one of which just started service last Thursday.
As of May 16th, we will have 2 single-engine air tankers stationed in Safford, Arizona. Covers our Arizona Strip country, which the Arizona Strip, of course, is the country that you see north of Grand Canyon there. And that helicopter actually will come on in first part of June.
The BLM oversees much of the land along Highway 69 and the I-17 corridor between Cordes Junction and Black Canyon City. The Yarnell Hill Fire was started by lightning on BLM land last June. I'm Bill Monroe reporting.
Taking a look at your KQNA weather for this Cinco de Mayo. A partly cloudy and windy night, then tomorrow sunny, windy, and cooler. Wednesday, sunny, windy, and cooler again with a chance of rain. Low tonight in the Prescott area around 50. High tomorrow 68. High on Wednesday of 62. In Cottonwood and the Verde Valley, expect a low tonight of 55. High tomorrow 75, and on Wednesday 65. I'm Jack Miller for the Talk of the Quad Cities, KQNA at 11:30 a.m. and 99.9 FM in Prescott and Chino Valley. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, check us out on your mobile device, and listen live worldwide at KQNA.com.
Now's the time to come check out a real happy hour. Make that 3 hours right in a row, and then 2 hours later on. Does that sound happy to you? More like delirious. Join us at Prescott Brewing Company for happy hour number 1, weekdays from 3 to 6, and number 2 from 10 p.m. to close every night. Happy hour for your taste buds. Half-price wings from 3 to 6, and pub bite treats during both. Pub bites like our mini Ale House nachos, Dos Tacos, Asian chicken sliders, all for just $5.99 each. Visit Prescott Brewing Company in the heart of downtown Prescott.
Hi, this is John from U-Pickett, and we ask, why go anyplace else? With U-Pickett's low prices and parts interchange, we can tell you whether years, makes, models are compatible with your own. We also accept unwanted vehicles and steel scrap metal. Bring your own tools. U-Pickett, you pull it, you save. Open 7 days a week, Flagstaff and Prescott Valley. Or at upickaz.com. That's the letter U, pickaz.com.
Your home is unique. Your professional cleaning service should be too. I'm April of Made to Order. Made to Order is different from other cleaning services because we don't just meet your needs, we exceed your expectations. We make sure that your cleaning experience is customized to fit your home. Bathrooms, kitchens, floors. We can even wash and change your bedding. Call Made to Order today at 899-8518 or online at PrescottMadeToOrder.com. Made to Order, simply the best.
Gold Bond presents Shaquille O'Neal.
So I'm hanging out with my Gold Bond buddies, and they're like, Shaq, great job with the Gold Bond powder spray. People love it. So I'm soaking in the good vibes, kicking off my shoes. Next thing I know, they're coming out with a new foot powder spray. Boom. Shaq strikes again.
Gold Bond No Mess Powder Spray cools and refreshes your body. And new Gold Bond Foot Powder Spray has 2 times the odor-absorbing powders to do the same for your feet.
Stay cool with Gold Bond.
Welcome back to KQNA's Talk of the Town. This is Matt Santos filling in today. Chino Valley was home to a great bike event this past weekend. It was the first annual Chino Grinder, a 106-mile race from Old Home Manor out there off Perkinsville Road to Williams and back. We had over 200 riders. They ranged in age from 16 to 71. It was a great day. Everybody had a great time. Check out epicgravelrides.com for race results and a link to the photos from that day. It was great. Don't forget, Thursday, May 8th, that's this Thursday, May 8th, 5:30 p.m., the Bond Committee. We talked about that a few weeks back. The Bond Committee folks have been exploring whether or not to present this bond option to council. Well, on the 8th, they're going to give the council their findings. The council will discuss that during the regular council meeting on May 13th at 6 p.m. So remember, mark your calendars. This Thursday, May 8th, 5:30. Tuesday, May 13th, 6 p.m. Both of those meetings will be at Town Hall, 202 North Highway 89. Call 928-636-2646 for more info. If you are at all concerned about how your money is spent and the direction the town of Chino Valley is going, it is important for you to be there. Well, our third guest today, Judd Mortensen, local cowboy, PBR promoter, and above all, husband and father. Judd, how are you? Thanks for coming in.
Good, Matt. Nice to be here, representing Chino.
Yeah, you've been a rider for quite a while. Give us a little bio on your history with bull riding and what event we got coming up soon.
Well, I was raised in Idaho. You know, there wasn't a whole lot to do out there on the potato farm, so any animals that we could get on that maybe give us a rush, we did it. You know, and then when I was 13, you know, climbed on at a rodeo and won $700 at 13 years old. You know, and so I was pretty much sold. You know, went on into the PBR, competed on the Bud Light Cup, which is the Built Ford Tough series now, for about a decade. You know, I was fortunate to ride bulls in Brazil, Australia, Canada, all over the United States, and go to the finals, the world finals, a couple times. And I tell you what, bull riding is, you know, everybody's like, man, that's a dangerous sport, you know, and this and that, and it is, you know. But I guarantee it, if it wasn't for bull riding, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have the family I have right now, you know. And so I'm very passionate at bull riding, and to be able to bring, you know, we do PBR events throughout the country, you know. Since I retired, I was able to stay involved, you know, by promoting and producing these events, and you know, we do it all over, and to be able to bring it right here where we're at, I'm pretty excited for this year's Bucky's Casino Mile High PBR presented by Coors Light and Tim's Toyota, May 17th.
Now, how long have you personally been out of the competitive riding?
I don't know if I want to say that because it feels like yesterday, you know. But when you start counting up the years, I believe it's been about 7 years since I've been on a bull, 6 maybe.
But you've been obviously very active in the community. What are some of the other events that you're involved with? What are some of the...
Well, I tell you what, you know, we try to get involved with any of the youth sports in Chino Valley. You know, sports is what kids need anymore, you know, to be able to understand how to win and how to lose both, you know. And unfortunately, that youngest one of mine, he ain't figured out how to take losing very good yet. But we do the wrestling. You know, I coached the junior high wrestling team. Was fortunate. Alan Foster brought me on there a couple years ago, and I lucked out and fell into the first state championship wrestling team that we've ever had, you know, and it's because of Alan's what he's put the program up. So we coach the wrestling. We stay involved with the NAIF football organization, you know, and then the cheerleading, you know. So we're pretty involved with you know, whatever we can to be out there. You know, I'm gone a lot, so I can't take a coaching position. You know, the one that I do sacrifice time for is wrestling. You know,
yeah.
So you know, Chino Valley to me, you know, I'm from the mountains, you know. I'm in Idaho and stuff, and I'm kind of off the beaten path. And so where we're at in Chino Valley, we really enjoy it. It's just people are starting to figure that out too. Yeah. It's getting a lot of people there.
Now you have 2 sons and a daughter. Your son JC 13 and Jackson 10. I've been able to watch them play some football over the years. They're both also involved, if I'm not mistaken, in riding as well.
Yeah, they'll both be riding Friday and Saturday night over there next weekend.
Now, all this knocking around, both on the gridiron and in the dirt, like you said, it teaches them some things about winning, and it teaches them how to accept the losses as well, getting tossed around. How's that building them up? How are these young men being affected by the competition and the fellowship they're out with their teammates?
I tell you what it does. It builds character, you know, and then it's your job as a parent on kind of how they're going to, go ahead and dissect what they just received, you know, whether it be a win or a loss, you know, and I think that they are rough sports, you know, and you know, that's why we don't have our kids play both footballs, you know, spring and fall, you know, because, you know, we figured that, you know, they could get their head hit one time in the year, you know, during football and wrestle and do the rest. But it builds character as to, you know, my son JC won the state championship in wrestling this year, and it was almost a feat that I didn't know was accomplishable. And he came out there and he put in a lot of hard work, and he got it. And for what that shows him in the future, it's going to be huge. You know, what's going to do in his life. You know, I'm real proud that you can teach your kids how, you know, you get what you put into life, you know, and rodeo is, you know, they're individual sports, obviously rodeo and wrestling. Yesterday we had a PRCA school at the rodeo grounds at the Press Frontier Days. We had so many kids that came out from different areas, and they don't, you know, it's not accessible in the inner cities, you know, to be able to ride. So we brought some cattle over there yesterday and didn't know what to expect. We bucked 55 head yesterday just because we made it accessible, you know, and it was a free school. So, you know, and even, you know, when I coach at the wrestling deal, I tell those kids right off the bat, you know, you might not become a state champion. You might only end up winning 4 or 5 matches in your life. But if you go and wrestle with us and do it through high school, I promise you that you're going to take something from it in life. And that's kind of what matters to us, you know.
What are some of the things that you're applying from, you know, to your life now that you picked up in the competition over the years?
Well, it took me a long time to learn that you can't always win, you know, and sometimes, you know, even when you're supposed to win, you don't win, you know, and then I think it becomes almost a disease that people are training their kids to say it was the ref's fault or they cheated or this. I get tired of hearing that, you know, if the ref made a bad call in the last 2 seconds and you got beat by 1 point, you know what my answer to that is? You should have been up by 6. You know, you can't just cop out and blame it on other people, you know. And so I think that a lot of the things that I've taken out of it is perseverance, you know, in that manner, you know, and never, ever quit on your dreams. Never, ever, ever quit. And it's also kind of taught me on how to organize your dreams, you know. You can have goals and set goals and stuff like that. And they always talk about setting realistic goals. But they don't really talk about organizing them very often, you know, and biting off more than you can chew, you know. And so that's a kind of one of the things that I've taken from it.
Now, part of that organization, that skill that you're honing in, we'll be able to all see that in action on May 17th in Prescott Valley at the Mile High PBR, Professional Bull Riders, over at Tim's Toyota Center. Starting up at 7:30, but we've got an event the night before, May 16th, the party, the Dirt Bash, starting at 7 o'clock on May 16th. What are some of your activities? What do you do in this PBR? Or I mean, we don't have all the time in the world, but just highlight some of the things that you're involved with there.
I tell you what we do. You know, we're promoters and producer of PBR events, so we do them throughout the country, and I've got a lot of hired personnel basically that makes my job easier, and that goes to the organization skills, you know, and stuff. So we'll bring in the dirt, you know, we'll bring in the arena, do the promoting, you know, and I do a lot of promoting to the riders because we have some of the best riders in the world in here. Mike Lee he's been number 1 on this year's world title probably as long as anybody has. I think he's sitting number 4th right now. He's a world champion. He's entered here. Matt Triplett, who's really on fire, you know, and he's entered. Marcus Mariluch and Guyton Sosi. And a lot of the times, you know, when I'm at these other towns doing other events, you know, I'm always hitting it for our hometown one here at the Buc-ee's Casino Mile High PBR. And so really it's kind of a nonstop, you know, venture really, you know, to try to, you know, let people see what it is that I'm so passionate about at the right level, you know, and that's kind of the passion behind it is, you know, to bring it to them. I mean, you're seeing an event here at Tim's Toyota Center that's I think this is our second or third year of being sold out. You know, we're not yet, but I would suggest get your tickets right away. The better seats are going fast, but you're getting to see a televised event that's not on TV, but it's the same caliber, you know, right here and fast pace, you know, rock and roll music, bull ride after bull ride after bull ride, some miniature bulls, you know, all in a real quick 2 hours. So don't get off your seat. You're gonna miss bull rides, you know.
Now, what these guys, these pro riders that are on the circuit, what are some of the purses that they're seeing?
Oh wow, man! To be a bull rider now, like I said, I retired 7 years ago, you know, and when I was qualifying to the World Finals, I think it was, you know, $40,000 was the last hole, you know, and the first place guy would win maybe $300,000, which was a lot of money to us at the time, you know. But now you're looking at taking $80,000. And the guy that's winning first is winning like $1.5 to $2 million in a year.
So this is some high stakes riding. Some high
big time,
stakes competition.
big time.
And the fast pace. I remember when I was out there last year, just the intense level of riding the competition, and then, you know, 10 feet behind you from where I was at. The excitement from that crowd and the enthusiasm coming out of those seats was just intense.
Well, it's real, Matt. You know, the PBR is real. You know, the bulls don't understand timeout. They don't get called for unnecessary roughness. You know, and the athletes. I can remember when I was riding, sitting in the chute on a fire-breathing animal. You know that you know, man. Hey, I'm going to run my hand in here. I'm going to tie my hand in here, and I'm going to ride this son of a gun. And then all of a sudden, one of your buddies goes right before you. You're watching it right sitting on your bull. And this bull is bucking so unbelievably hard and spinning fast and jumping high, and then your friend's riding him. You're like, man, how's he doing that? And then you got to go do it, you know. And that competition, you know, the camaraderie is very dangerous. It really is, you know. I think it's more dangerous the more since I've been involved with it, actually physically riding them, you know, and then my kids riding and stuff. And to that, you say, what's the best way to not get injured and stuff is to be good. Yeah. I mean, to be good, and that's what I tell my kids. You know, hey, man, if you don't want to get hurt, if you don't like getting stepped on, then ride him where you want to and win, and then jump off where you want to, you know?
Now, a lot of people think when they think athlete, bull rider doesn't always pop into their head first, but what kind of physical shape are these guys in?
Unbelievable core strength. I'm telling you what, man, these guys, you know, when you're competing at that level, you got to be in the gym 2-3 hours a day in order to be able to compete and stay healthy, you know? I mean, it's tremendous athleticism. You know, Ty Murray was a great gymnast, and it showed in the way he rode. You know, and these guys are 2 to 5% body fat. You know, and not real bulky, not too many of us. You know, but really lean and quick firing muscles. You know, it's I mean, even if a guy, you know, even a guy only weighed 126 pounds and you got in a fight with him at the grocery store, I would hope it wouldn't be one of the PBR riders because he might not win, but you're going to know it.
Now, the body conditioning and things is real similar to wrestling.
Oh man, big time. You know, and the PBR, I mean, as a whole, you know, I'm involved pretty big with the organization, and I tell you one thing that you know, we're kind of worried about not having enough bull riders in the future, and so we're going to do some reach out programs to the wrestling programs throughout the United States to build a bull rider. You know, and that's kind of crazy to think like that. You know,
what are some of the safety features that you've seen over the course of your lifetime riding that keep these guys safe?
Vest. You know, vests are very, very, you know, I got stepped on without a vest, lacerated my liver, you know, had a vest on and got kicked almost the same way, and it didn't break anything, you know. Helmets, you know, and you got these kids that are saying, oh, I don't want to wear a helmet, I want to wear a hat, you know. Well, you know what, that's ridiculous. Wear a helmet, you know, and, you know, learn to ride with it. And I tell my kids, anytime they come out with any kind of protective equipment, we're going to try it.
Yeah.
We're going to try it. I mean, I don't care what it is. And because if it doesn't hinder you, you might as well use it, you know.
What's going through your mind when when that chute's about to open? Are you able to tone out all the noise and the excitement and the music?
Complete zone. You're in a complete zone. It's an unbelievable feeling. You know, there's a bubble. I like to say you're in a bubble. You know, you and the bull are in a bubble. Every now and again, the bullfighter will jump in your bubble and he'll get back out. But it's just like you're just in this big old bubble full of fire and energy. It's just awesome.
Well, fantastic. Judd, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's recap the Mile High PBR. Bucky's Casino and Coors Light are sponsoring it. It's going to be at Tim's Toyota Center Saturday, May 17th. The Dirt Flies at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available at timstoyotacenter.com or by phone 866-443-8849. They start at $10.
Pretty good deal.
Don't forget the Dirt Bash the night before. It's going to be a great time out there. Some live music, some great competition with the riders, a lot of good food, a lot of good fun, some great music. Mile High PBR, May 17th, 7:30 p.m. TimsToyotaCenter.com for all the information. Again, Judd, thank you very much. We appreciate it. You're listening to KQNA's Talk of the Town, 11:30 a.m., 99.9 FM.
Hi, I'm Dave Barrett. Think back to a simpler time, when things like home delivery of milk and bread came to your door. Now even getting the mail delivered is being questioned. It's good to know that since 1960, folks here in Yavapai County have relied on the Barrett family. From staying warm to cooking, drying clothes, and other needs, you can count on Barrett Propane, just as families have for 3 generations. You have my name on it. Call us today at 636-1600. Barrett Propane, the name you trust.
Where do you want your business to go? A&E Reprographics can help you get your name out there. A&E offers professional vehicle graphics, magnets, vinyl lettering, backlit signs, A-frames, banners, yard signs, and so much more. So where do you want your logo to go? Locally owned with competitive pricing and 100% guarantee. Visit A&E Reprographics at one of our 3 great locations. There's 2 in Prescott and 1 in Prescott Valley. Call 442-9116. That's 442-9116.
Pamper yourself. You deserve it. Elite Reflections Salon and Victorian Day Spa can get you absolutely glowing again. Get a perfectly styled haircut, striking color, or design your own spa packages with services like massage or facial treatments. Don't wait to pamper yourself. You deserve it. Visit Elite Reflections across from Stone Ridge on Great Western off Highway 69 or online at myelitereflections.com.
Behind the mustache lies a new restaurant that everyone's talking about, Augie's at the Frontier Village Center on Highway 69. Open every day for lunch and dinner, Augie's menu is a read that offers intrigue and, dare I say, a bit of romantic mystery. Enjoy a mix of appetizers, creative salads and sandwiches, and nicely prepared seafood and steaks. Banquet rooms and a private party room where anything goes. Try Augie's for lunch or dinner, or perhaps a wine martini to wet your whistle. Augie's, Frontier Village, Highway 69, the road to a delicious meal.
Here's some good policy from your local independent agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When you insure your home and car with us, you receive a multi-policy discount. And when you add Auto Owners Life Insurance, you get a special discount on your home and car insurance. Auto Owners Insurance will save you money on all of the insurance you already have. Now that's good policy. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
Call Susan Barnes, locally owned and operated since 1978, 445-4600.
Looking to complete your college degree? Need a teaching certificate? Take advantage of Prescott College's limited residency degree programs. Study and take classes from home, part-time or full-time. Work with faculty and mentors one-on-one. Credit for your life experience through prior learning assessment. Easy transfer of credits. Certified veteran supportive campus. Prescott College. Get to know your hometown college. Bachelor's, master's, doctorate, resident and limited residency. Prescott College at prescott.edu.
Welcome back to KQNA's Talk of the Town. This is Matt Santos. I'd like to thank Catfish from Tim's Toyota Center. Remember, timstoyotacenter.com. Chef Jim of Gabby's Kitchen, Spouse and Robert Road and PV in the Roundabout in Chino Valley, and Judd Mortensen organizing the Mile High PBR May 17th. Remember, we are at chinoaz.net, the town of Chino Valley, and at CVAZ Town on Twitter. Thanks for listening. I'd also like to thank the lovely and talented Bill Monroe for running the board for us today to make sure you can hear us. And again, if you didn't like what you heard, send your hate mail to Bill. So, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. KQNA's Talk of the Town.
You've been listening to KQNA's Talk of the Town. The views expressed on today's show do not necessarily reflect the views of KQNA, Prescott Valley Broadcasting, our staff, or our sponsors. Join us every Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. for KQNA's Talk of the Town, right here on 1130 a.m. and 99.9 FM. KQNA, the talk of the Quad Cities.